Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute timeless wisdom of Dale Carnegie to build a really practical blueprint for speaking with confidence and, real impact.
So let's just start with a feeling I'm pretty sure most of us know all too well. You know that knot in your stomach, the racing heart when you have to get up and speak in front of people? It's a near universal fear. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? Now, here's what's so fascinating. One of the greatest communicators in history, Dale Carnegie, he didn't see this fear as some kind of personal failing, not at all. He saw it as a solvable challenge. He believed that speaking well isn't magic, it's a skill. And just understanding that, that's the very first step in his blueprint. All right, so let's start with Carnegie's first big principle. It's a fundamental shift in mindset that honestly changes everything about how you approach speaking. This one idea right here is the bedrock of his entire philosophy. It just completely demolishes the myth of the natural-born speaker. See, nobody gets a free pass. Every single confident speaker you've ever admired, they got there through effort. They made themselves. And Carnegie's point is captured perfectly here. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't expect to be a great tennis player without learning the rules and, practicing your swing over and over again, right? Well, speaking is exactly the same thing. It's a process of training, not some lottery of birth. Okay, so let's dive into the absolute foundation of Carnegie's blueprint, building that essential courage right from the ground up. Because let's be real, without it, none of the other fancy techniques really matter. So Carnegie gave us this super clear, action-oriented plan because he knew confidence isn't something you just wait around for, it's something you actively build. First, you prepare. You prepare so much that you just can't get it wrong. Next, you act confident. You adopt the physical posture of confidence, which actually tricks your brain into feeling it. And finally, you just start. You get on your feet and you speak because confidence is a result of doing the thing. This is such a key concept. When you've done the work, when you know your topic cold, you develop what Carnegie called reserve power. It's this unshakable foundation of knowledge that gives you an authority that your audience can literally feel, even if you only end up sharing 10% of what you actually know. All right, let's move to one of Carnegie's most famous and, honestly, most practical tools. It's a simple, powerful structure for putting together a short talk that actually gets results. He called it the magic formula, not because it was some kind of trick, but because it's just so incredibly effective at organizing your thoughts quickly and persuasively. It really is the ultimate tool for thinking on your feet. So let's break down how this works. It's brilliant. You start with a story, an incident, to grab their attention and make it feel real. Then you make your point crystal clear. This is the action you want from them. And finally, and this is the most important step, you connect it directly to their world by explaining the benefit for them. You answer that silent question, what's in it for me? Incident, action, benefit. It's that simple. And believe me, that powerful. Okay, so now that we have a structure, let's get into the psychology. How do you make your message not just something that's heard, but something that's truly influential? This slide right here shows probably the most powerful shift in perspective a speaker can ever make. See, most of us prepare by thinking about what we want to say. Carnegie insists we have to flip that completely. You have to start with their world. What are their problems? What do they desire? Your message has to live right there, in their world, not yours. This is Carnegie's golden rule of persuasion. To influence anyone, you have to arouse in them an eager want. You have to frame your message in terms of their self-interest. So, for example, instead of saying, hey, I need you to finish this report, you might say something like, if we can get this report done, it's really going to showcase the amazing work your team is doing. It's about stopping selling your idea and starting to solve their problem. And Carnegie's final piece of this whole influence puzzle is passion. Your genuine excitement for your topic is infectious. It's like a form of energy transfer. If you aren't fully invested and excited about your own message, how can you possibly expect your audience to be? Okay, let's bring this all home. Let's distill all of this into a few key takeaways that you can start using, right now, to put these ideas into practice. So, think of this as your cheat sheet. First, know your purpose. What specific action do you want? Second, prepare like crazy, because that deep preparation is what gives you the freedom to be conversational. Third, use stories. They make your ideas human and memorable. Always, always put the audience first by connecting to what they care about. And finally, just keep it simple, specific, and short.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. The world is waiting to hear your ideas, your experiences, your solutions. Using this blueprint, it's not about becoming some perfect speaker. It's just about becoming an effective one. So, what's the first thing you're going to share?